What's up, betas? We are live. We have a good card this Saturday. We got UFC London. We got a banger, man, the main event. We got Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. Yeah, man, I'm excited, dude. This is a good card, like I say every week. Every UFC card is good. I don't care if it's bad or good. The card's in the morning, 10 a.m. my time, so I can't wait. Without further ado, we'll dive in this card, but we will talk about last week real quick. Betting wise, yeah, losing night. I bet on McKinney and I bet on Bruno Silva. They both lost. Obviously, the McKinney fight really stings because he was smoking Dober and he gassed. It is what it is, you know. We move on 2-1 in my last 3 cards for betting. Not a good week for pick wise. You know, I got out of the Mecca. Shout out to the Mecca, man. Shout out to Mecca 6. Shout out to Mr. Arkansas. Great competition. Can't wait for Mecca 7. It's gonna be fun. Shout out to all the competitors still left in the Mecca. Yeah, hopefully one of my boys wins. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man. Hopefully, you know, one of these seasons, you know, I'll go far in it. But without further ado, we'll talk about this card. First fight of the night, we got Cody Durden versus the newcomer Mokaev. This is an interesting fight because, you know, this is definitely a big test for the newcomer. You know, he has a big AMI record. I think he's 24-0, 5-0 in the regional scene, but he hasn't fought anybody. He's a very good grappler, though. That's what Cody Durden is, good grappler. So you got, you know, a guy from Russia living in England going against an American. I think Durden, you know, is definitely no slouch. I think that he's pretty good. 12-3-1, 1-1-1 in the UFC. Went up a weight class and went to a draw with Gutierrez. There's no slouch. Then he was smoking, flicking, lost, and then got caught, and then he beat the Ayori last fight. So with Durden, good pressure, good right hand, good grappling. Slows down a little bit. Muhammad, you know, good grappling, good pressure. So this is a very interesting fight. Shout out to Shamir's, what up? And shout out to Jimmy, what up? This is definitely a very close fight. You know, from a pick, I'm going to go with Mokaev. I think that he'll get the job done, but I'm not confident in this pick at all. I think that Durden's live, but I'm not going to pick the dog. Muhammad. I want to, you know, if this is the real deal and all. So, and he has a lot of potential. So, I'm gonna go with him. Next fight, we got Corey McKenna, Lisa Reed. This is a very close fight. I mean, this is definitely a very, very close fight. You know, McKenna's a grappler, Reed's a striker. I know Eubanks took her down, but that's Eubanks. But you know, we've seen Reed get taken down before. I think McKenna's the better fighter. Team alpha male, good pressure, good grappling. I think that she has the grappling that can take down Elise Reed. So I'll go with McKenna. Next fight, we got Jack Shore, Timur Valiev. This is an interesting fight. I'm picking the dog here, but, you know, I thought about playing it from a betting perspective. I think I'm going to pass, though. There's 2 fights in this card that I'm going to be betting tomorrow. One's a dog and one is a slight favorite. But, yeah, we'll talk about that when the time comes. I have not made any bets yet. I've had a busy week and told myself I'll wait till tomorrow. But anyways, without further ado, on the fight I just said, I think that Shore is a very good grappler. He's relentless. His striking looked a lot better last fight. This is a striker versus grappler matchup. Valiev's the better striker. I think Valiev is a good striker. Good movement. He beat Barcelos last fight. More volume. It's a little chinny, though, for sure. I think and Sherman Jones took him down once. That's all I really needed to see. But it's a very close fight. Like it's I know Jack Shore will be home and all that, and you know, I'm picking the dog and all that. I thought about playing him. I'm going back and forth if I'm going to bet on him, but as of right now, I'm going to stay away and I'm going to pick Jack Shore. I think it's a very close fight because Valiev is definitely going to pick him apart on the feet. Shore has a jab and, you know, good cardio and all that stuff, but I mean, he needs to get takedowns here if he wants to win. And, you know, Valiev's a Russian, so it's going to be hard, even though Trevin Jones took him down. So I'll go with Shore, but very close fight. Next fight, Nikita Krylov, Paul Craig. This is a banger. My first bet of the night, I'm going to be betting on Paul Craig. The line's actually getting better, man. So, honestly, dude, Paul Craig has definitely came a long way. He's got a lot better. I mean, just look at the guy's resume, man. I mean, he's beaten guys like Jamal Hill, who, you know, I've been really high on, and Ankalaev too. If Ankalaev and Jamal Hill ever fight, I mean, I think we all know that Jamal Hill would fucking kill him. But anyways, back on this fight. Good resume. I mean, this is, you look at the matchup stylistically, you got two grapplers. I think Krylov is, the better striker, but I think Paul Craig's striking has definitely came a long way. You have to give Paul Craig the advantage here on the mat, in my opinion. It's crazy because Krylov, he won a decision a couple fights ago, but I actually think that Paul Craig has the better gas tank. I think that Paul Craig has really good pressure, and I think that the kid's ground game is just so elite. Like, if Krylov even shoots and gets him down, he's in trouble. And then if Craig takes him down, he's in trouble. So I think Craig has a big advantage here on the mat. I really do. I don't think the striking's that huge for Krylov. I think that the advantage that Craig has on the mat is a lot bigger than the advantage that Krylov has on the feet. I think Krylov needs to get this done early. We've seen Craig as kryptonite. He gets smoked early and all that, against Menafield and Khalil Roundtree in the past. But he's on a big run right now. I think he's improved a lot, like I said, 4-0-1 his last 5 fights. He's finishing fights. His grappling's getting a lot better, and I think he can take down a guy like Krylov. I mean, Krylov's been taken down before. Krylov's defense is non-existent on the feet. It's 43%. So you got, there's a stat I wanted to put down. So Krylov's takedown defense is 55%. I mean, Ankalaev took him down 3 times. You got Glover took him down once, OSP 3 times, Jan once, Misha twice. Misha Serkinov, OSP, and Jan are all going out there and submitting him. So I definitely think that if this fight hits the mat, Paul Craig's going to submit him. But yeah, I do give Krylov the strike advantage. I think it's close to 2-3 in his last 5. Yeah, man. I really think the striking is a lot closer. Paul Craig has really good kicks. The pressure, I think, is going to get to Krylov, and I think that he will get the fight down, and he will get the submission. So I'm going to go with Paul Craig, and I'm going to go with my submission. I wish my bookie, the Red Rock, did prop bets for every card. They only do prop bets for, pay-per-views, because if they did a prop bet for this card, I would definitely bet on Paul Craig by submission here. But, yeah, they don't. Maybe I should go check out William Hill or something like that, but I like Paul Craig by submission. Next fight we got, I'm not going to look into that, but I'm going to be betting him straight, and we'll see if I can get a submission prop out of it. Next fight, Shamil Abdurmanov versus Sergey Pavolich. I'm going to go with Pavolich with the win. I think that he can knock him out. Shamil's, pretty shitty and slow, so I'll go Pavolich. I'm going to kind of swim by this podcast because I just had dinner, but I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to do some pasta. Make some pasta. Next fight, Mike Grundy, Mac Winner, Amirkhani. This is a very interesting fight. This is a close fight, man. This is definitely a very, very close fight. You got 2 guys that, good grapplers, and they both gas. They're both on losing streaks. I mean, Mac Wine's lost 4 of his last 5. I do think he beat Craig, though, to be honest. And he has success. He took down Barbosa. He took down all these guys. I don't think he can take down Grundy, though. I think that's going to be pretty tough, bro, to take down Grundy, man. I think Grundy's a better grappler, so I'll go with Grundy with the win. Main card, we got Jai Hebert, Ilya Topuria. I think the line is very off here. Herbert's a lot bigger and stuff, and way bigger. Doesn't he have a huge reach advantage? I think I wrote that down. Size definitely matters in fights for sure. I don't know if I wrote it down, but I definitely, like I mentioned, the size advantage is really big for him here. But even though the size advantage is going to be big for Hebert, I do think that Topuria has big grappling advantage, and I think Topuria will catch that chin as well. Topuria can hurt him on the feet. Topuria can take him down. So I'll go with Topuria with the finish, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Look at the comments real quick. Big Bird PA shores everything well hard to bet against him on the close fight. Yeah, I got to pick him here. What up, Jimmy? Thanks for the dono. Charles Smith, what up? Big Bird, maybe cardio for Craig, but Krylov might lose him this. Krylov slows down too, man. I definitely think that Craig has the cardio, but it's close. That Shogun fight was a bad look. The last Shogun fight, he dominated that fight. What are you talking about? Grundy KO. Michael B. Who would win between Uriel and Edgar a handicap wrestling match? Hands down, I probably have to go with Uriel. Edgar. I don't even think Edgar could beat Trevor, and that's pretty fucking embarrassing. What up, Nick Alexander? So next fight we got Molly McCann versus Juana Carolina. But that was a long time ago, man. I mean, Paul Craig's improved a lot since then. This is a very interesting fight because I'm picking Carolina here. I thought about betting her, but she just has like no volume, dude. It's going to be very frustrating watching the Carolina fight. Like, dude, she's more technical than McCann. She has, striking and stuff, but I mean, McCann has the grappling advantage. McCann has more power. She's aggressive. I know that she retired and then she came back. 1-2 in the last 3, 4-3 in the UFC. The stats. I mean, she's absorbed 4.87 strikes, where Carolina absorbed 2.65. But Carolina has landed 4.94, and you got Meatball 5.67. Meatball's a good right hand. Very good chin. I mean, this is a very close fight. It's in England, so they're going to give it to Meatball if it's close. I'll go with I'm picking Carolina, but I mean, I'm not confident. Gunnar Nelson, Takashi Sato. I mean, Nelson could definitely shit the bed here, man, but seeing that Bilal Muhammad tapped him out pretty easily, I got to go with Gunnar Nelson here. I think Gunnar Nelson gets him down and gets him out of there. But if it stays on the feet, Sato could win, but I'll go with Gunnar Nelson. Next fight, Patty Pimblett, Rodrigo Vargas. I like Patty Pimblett. I think Patty Pimblett's going to go out there and, kind of do what he did in his first fight. Starch him, get him out of there. Vargas is the jobber. I think Patty Pimblett's a pretty good prospect. I'm really excited for him, and I'll go Patty Pimblett. Coming again, main event, we got Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. This is going to be my second play tonight. I know he was plus money earlier in the week, but I wasn't done with tape. So I'm not going to go out there and, blind bet someone and need to finish the tape. And, I like Arnold Allen here. I'm going to bet him. I think he's minus 120 right now. I think it's a good spot for him personally. I mean, the weight cut for Dan Hooker is really, really bad. I mean, he looks terrible out there. And honestly, when you look at that from a matchup, I think Allen has a lot of advantage here. I mean, I was very impressed with Allen versus Sodiq. I picked him last fight versus Sodiq. I should have bet him. I didn't. I mean, the way I see this fight, so first off, you got Allen, who's 4 years younger. Hooker is on the decline, dude. I mean, he's 1-3 in his last 4. He's taken a lot of damage lately. Allen's on the incline. I mean, he has not even lost in the UFC. He has a 10-fight winning streak, 8-0 in the UFC. I think Arnold Allen is just the hungry fighter. I think that his striking is really good. He's really technical. I think he can hurt a guy like Dan Hooker on the feet. I think he has the better cardio. I think that he has the better grappling. I think Hooker has good jiu-jitsu and a good guillotine, but I definitely think that Allen's a better grappler. I think Allen's a better striker. I think Allen can hurt him on the feet. Good jab. I was very impressed with the striking for Sodiq Yusuff. Good straight left. So I pretty much think that Allen has a lot of advantages here. Hooker's still, a grizzly guy. So, I mean, he has, good hands and stuff. But if you look at his last 4 fights, man, getting knocked out against Michael Chandler, he beat Nasrat, but then, we know the other losses and stuff. They took the war with Dustin Poirier. The weight cut going down to 45 is not going to help him. He's landed 4.9 strikes, but absorbed 4.61. Arnold Allen has landed 2.96, but he's absorbed 2.15. I mean, way better defense. 66% significant strikes defense, where you got Hooker's 52. So, I mean, you just look at this fight, dude. I mean, even if you analyze the weight, like the matchup, like I said, I think Allen, has a big cardio advantage here. He has a big durability advantage here. I think that I think he has the better striking too. Hooker has good striking stuff, but I think that the fact that he's taking so much damage is going to hurt him here. Allen has power, and he's not a really big finisher, but he hurt Sodiq multiple times. I think that he's just a lot faster than Dan Hooker too. And like I said, he can mix it up and get takedowns here too. So I like Allen quite a bit here. I'm pretty impressed with this kid. I think this guy's really good, man. This guy's a win for this guy. So I got to go with Arnold Allen. I think I'm going to bet on him pretty big here. So give me Arnold Allen. I'll go with a finish. I think he finishes Dan Hooker, man. Dan Hooker, like I mentioned, man, taking a lot of damage lately, dude. And the weight cut, dude, going back to 45, I don't think that's a good look for him, dude. I really don't, man. He's huge, bro. Dude's 155. He was walking around like a 190. Dude, he's going to get KO'd here, man. Give me Arnold Allen. Main event of the evening, we got Tom Aspinall, Alexander Volkov. So when Aspinall was a dog, I liked him quite a bit, man. Now that the line's flipped, I'm not going to bet on Tom Aspinall juice, but I think it's a very close fight. I got to go with Aspinall. I think that the pressure and the grappling advantage, I think that his striking's good. Good jab, or good right hand. I mean, dude, Tom Aspinall's legit, man. Volkov is no slouch. He's a good fighter, as he's going to be the bigger dude out there. But I think Aspinall could take him down. I think Aspinall can hurt him on the feet. Give me Tom Aspinall. So there goes my picks. My bets will be on Arnold Allen and Paul Craig. I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for joining in. I know I kind of rushed it, but I'm tired. I want to eat some food. Shout out to everyone in the community. Shout out to the Mecca. See you guys in Mecca 7. And let's have a good night, man. I'm pretty pumped in Arnold Allen and Paul Craig, so let's fucking do this. Later, boys.